Okay, good morning. We have to move this over just a little bit. There we go. And probably have to have. What's a pretty cat? Well, everybody say hi to Binks, my feral wildcat for 6 years, which now is my buddy. Now, she likes to be on my lap, but she don't particularly care to be held like this. But I figured this is a good way to make you a start. Say hi to everybody. Yeah, I'm just looking down on the ground. Let me down, Dave. Well, I'm going to give her some fresh water because it keeps freezing. Come on, let's get some water. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Out here. There we go. There we go. She likes to try to get in the house as often as she can. So today, I'm going to do what I call a dry breakfast. What do you mean by dry breakfast, John? Well, I'm not going to use any cooking oils or bacon grease or butter. So what I did is earlier, I boiled 9 eggs. I'm not going to eat them right now. But I have a meeting to go. Well, thanks for stopping in, Mama Joel. Appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up. So I've got eggs I boiled earlier today. Actually, not that long ago. So I'm going to bring them, a few of them out to cool off here. Now, one thing I've learned about boiling eggs is when you boil fresh chicken eggs you get from the farmer. Morning, body beat down. You might notice something a little bit different about your thing there. Oh, if you don't mind, but they give you moderation privileges in case anybody gets out of control. Remember, Cutco knives. Buddy Lucky sells these. Super quality knife. You know, they're not the cheapest thing, but they're they'll be the knife that you'll have for the lifetime and probably pass on to the grandkids. So, hard-boiled eggs, not cooking any bacon, so I don't got no grease to cook the bacon in. I'm gonna slice up a couple things of the red pepper. I'll be eating these raw. Same thing with the yellow pepper. So this is going to be a meal that's going to have very few to no fats in it. Eggs as a whole are not a very fatty food. And obviously no fats and peppers either. So what it's going to be, it's going to be what I consider a high energy breakfast, low fats, but clean carbs. I even have some blueberries. Hey, runner boy, how you doing? Blueberries are really high in antioxidants and vitamin C. Granted, I do take the vitamins to pill form too, but I try to get them. Oh, did I even hook this thing up? I don't even think I got this hooked up yet. Yeah, power on. So, get my Bluetooth going. I've been also using honey. So this is raw and unfiltered and local from the Great Lakes region. And the reason you do that is honey has got a lot of benefits. One of them being it actually is considered a antibiotic of some sort. And I've been taking it with tea in the evening. Try to settle the throat. Because when I talk, I get into these coughing fits, which are really irritating. Not really coughing anything up, but just got a tickle I can't get rid of. And I had this in October of 2019, just hacking all the time. Took this, took that, went to the pharmacist. I said, hey, what the heck can I take to get rid of this stuff? He goes, you just got to, put up with it until it just finally goes away. I said, wow, that was helpful. Not really. But, so I got 3 hard-boiled eggs. I got more in there for later on. Nice thing about hard-boiled eggs is they're really easy to transport and take with you, and provide you a lot of good nutrition. My wife usually takes 1 or 2 to work with her, and she'll have that, and she'll have yogurt or a little can of tuna. All in all, pretty healthy stuff. So yesterday, I went and bought one of the home test kits. Hi, Mrs. Warren. Thanks for coming in. Hello. And I did a video of it. I uploaded it just so everybody could kind of see what the process is. And I didn't feel I had it, but I didn't want to go back into the gym carrying something dangerous. So it came back negative. And I put that out there for you too, for people to understand how this kit works. It's like $17 time you get done with tax. You can go through Walgreens and things like CVS and get it for free. But there's time you get the hassle and that. You spent $5 in gas. You spent $10 in your just your time. Your time is worth money. Anytime you're doing something, there's a value to your time. I used to value my time per hour at a certain amount of dollars. And so Mrs. Worm, you'll have to watch the beginning of the thing. I had the kitty cat in, and I was holding it up to say hi to everybody. So you can catch that in the beginning on the replay. She's now sitting up on my chair on the deck, surveying everything she owns. It's kind of cute. Let me see my boy. I'll still never used the test kit. You mean you'll still never use it, or you never used it? I have no problem with test kits. I'm a chemist. I know how to use lab equipment. Matter of fact, back in the day when my wife, we went into Jewel Osco and I got one of the home pregnancy kits. And these were a real kit. This was test tubes. This was reagents you had to use. It wasn't urinate and stick a tube in there and its tube tells you 15 minutes later. You actually had to use it. And I grabbed it and she's like, well, what are you grabbing this for? And I said, just verify something I already know. I had to switch off when you stuck it up your nose. I know. Yeah. It reminded me of an old skit from Cheech and Chong, but we stick up our nose today. But it's a kit. It made sense. You haven't used it yet. And if you don't show any, it's kind of new. I actually called the pharmacy in Walgreens and asked, is this truly something you can take home and get a result, like a home pregnancy kit? And they said, yeah. And that's when I decided to go get it. But I did the home pregnancy kit, and this was almost 30 years ago, and 28 years ago. How old's my daughter? She'll be 29 come November. So 28 years ago. Yeah, I'm shaking the test tubes, and also I come out like, well, it's official. Hey, cousin. I gotta get a little closer. We've had our cats for 20 plus years now. We appreciate them. We've had our full. When they go off to Mauser Heaven, we're done. You say that now. Understand, I didn't go get this cat. This cat appeared for 6 years, is up in my yard, meowing at me, wouldn't come near. And then all of a sudden one day, boop, there it is, right at the front door, going, buddy. So, the only animals I actually went out and got were dogs, and usually is because some neighbor's dog had puppies. We've got the rabbit COVID home test kits here. Almost all the time free until April. Well, I grab a few if they're free, but here they're not free. What in life is free? You could kind of make a argument for that. So somebody paid for those kits. I have a suspicion it was my tax dollars. So here, the eggs that I hard boiled were not the fresh eggs my neighbor gave me, but were brown eggs I bought at the store. And I did that because they're a little bit easier to shell. And the reason being is because they sit on the shelf for a long time and they start getting like air pockets between the egg itself and the shell. So they come apart easier. When you do fresh chicken eggs, and I mean fresh ones, then there might be a trick to it I haven't figured out yet, but it ended up looking pretty ugly. These should be not super hard boiled, but they should be semi-hard boiled. Generally, I put the eggs in the pot and fire up the burner and set it for 15 minutes. And usually I get pretty consistent results. So it came out pretty good. My dad usually let them cool down a little bit. They work a little bit easier too. So today is going to be probably a full body workout. I'm going to just get all my joints moving, pushing weights and that, get the blood moving. Get back to it. I just didn't want to go back in the gym if I was carrying something wrong. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 2 billion pounds a month. We don't keep our eggs in the fridge or in the stores as well. Oh well, I keep them in the fridge. I know there's different ways of preserving them. I heard if you rub mineral oil around the shells, you can keep them for a very long time. And farmers go, you don't have to have them in the fridge. The way I look at it is, I don't want a bad egg putting me down for a week or two. We have that rule with chicken. We give it the smell test, and when in doubt, throw it out. The wife and I, in our younger years, took the rapid weight loss program by eating some chicken that probably was a little bit past its expiration date. Somebody's trying to call me. Yep, everybody should do that periodically. You can boil them for 3 or 4 minutes and turn off the gas and put a lid on them and they still cook. That's true as long as they're in the hot water. That's basically why I pulled them out, because I don't want them too solid. Let's see what this one looks like. Yep, this is about perfect. So it's solid, but it still has kind of a little bit of moisture to them. My dad used to do poached eggs, or what you would call a 3-minute egg, and where the yolk would still be kind of runny. But I like those. Hey, Randy B. Marines, how we doing? Howdy from Central Missouri. Yep, up there by the Lake of the Ozarks. That's a beautiful place up there. We were up there last summer. Friends of ours got a small cabin and invited us for, I think we were up there from Sunday to, I think we stayed until Friday. And it's funny because I went to I called the gym there on Sunday. Literally 2 weeks later, I had a big event in Iowa, and so I wanted to keep working out. And it was a small gym. And I just said, you take daily fees, sure, $5. I said, oh, that's reasonable. Let me see if I'm catching up here on anything. Nature Girl, how you doing? Welcome. Yep, it's cold. Snow tomorrow, but less than 2 inches. Well, we had a dusting last night. Nothing to talk about. They're calling for snow today. They're calling for snow tomorrow. They're calling for snow on Friday, but I don't know at what accumulation. I don't think it's going to be too bad. It's here the bacteria, so it must be sterilized. So where was I? Got lost now. Oh yeah, so we stayed up there in the Lake of the Ozarks. I went to this gym, and they're not used to having huge lifters like me in there. It's kind of funny because my buddy Eugene, he went in with me, and I paid for him because he was going to be my spotter. We started working out. Manny, how you doing? I'm feeling, yep. I still got this tickle, but I don't know. I am feeling better. So I went to the gym, I started benching, and there's a few people in there, some around my age, a few younger. And about the time I got to 315 pounds, I told my buddy Eugene, this is usually when people start noticing what's going on. They're expecting me to maybe go up to 2 1/4, and that's about it. So sure enough, I start rubbing out 315. I start getting a lot of people looking in that, and no big deal. And then I put 405 on the bench, and the owner come over, and he's saying he might want me to switch over to a different bar because he was afraid I was going to break the bar. And I said, well, I shouldn't break the bar. I mean, you didn't buy it at Walmart, did you? He goes, no, it's it's about a $400 bar. And I said, well, you should be fine. So I had him video the lift. I think I went up to 450, maybe 455 that day. And it's funny because about 10 minutes later, the local sheriff comes in, and he's talking up there to the owner, and then he comes over and starts talking to me. He goes, yeah, I heard that you bench a lot of weight. It's pretty impressive. And I get the usual questions, how old am I, how long I've been doing it, all that good stuff. And I'm like, did the owner call you? He goes, oh yeah, he called me up, said, man, you gotta come over and check this guy out. And I kind of laughed. I thought it was humorous, And about 15 minutes after that, here comes another guy from one of the other gyms. He was a trainer. And he had to give me the same rundown. So I made 2 friends in Laurie, Missouri. So it's a little gym, not a large one, just a block down from the gun store. So then he said, well, come on back whenever you want. I said, okay, I'll do that. So Wednesday we went back, and we stopped at a gun shop, and we're kind of moseying around looking at ammo. This is when ammo was really rare, and all of a sudden, the sheriff comes out of the back room. And I'm like, oh my God, you following us? He goes, no, I was just here picking up one of my guns. They did custom guns. And I thought that was so funny. And we talked, and he let us check out his gun and all that stuff. And I told my buddy, I said, yeah, as long as we don't do anything stupid in this town, I don't think we'd ever get a ticket. But the weather was beautiful up there. We'd go down to the river or Lake of the Ozarks. We just go in the water. The water was nice and warm. Fished, kayaked, drank beer. Just had a really good time there. Wouldn't mind doing that again. There we go. Good morning. Exercise for today going to be a full body workout. I'm going to do a little bit of everything. Not go heavy, but I'm going to do reps. And then Thursday, probably start with my regular routine. Sit there, get the old calendar out and figure out just how many weeks I have to train. So today is the 23rd. So I got this week. I got 1, 2. I got 2.5 weeks to get back in top form. Because on March 13th, I do have my meet in Bloomington, Illinois. So a very healthy breakfast today. I'll bring it up there, everybody can kind of see. Gotta have a nice presentation here. So red, yellow, and green peppers, blueberries, and hard-boiled eggs. Put a little A1 steak sauce over it. Remember, steak sauce is not for steak. It's for eggs. You cook your steak right, you shouldn't never have to put steak sauce on it. If you do, then you didn't cook. You either had a poor cut of beef, which is the case lots of times, or you cooked it too much. We were down in Texas, in Dallas, and really, all of one of these days, they'll send me some people I can send to people. I bugged them twice. I'll keep bugging them. Fairlife milk. Got 13 grams of protein versus 8 grams of regular milk versus 1 gram of almond milk. Half the sugar. No lactose in it, so you don't have to worry about that. So I'm back drinking that again. If I breathe some more phlegm, I don't care. I gave it up for a week, and I felt it. Oh. And then honey to soothe the throat. So raw and filtered honey basically can last forever. Even when it starts turning solid, you can just reheat it up, reconstitute it. And catch up on the comments here. Houseboat in the Ozarks, that'd be great. We were thinking about doing that maybe next time. Either in the Ozarks or actually go up to Ely, Minnesota. But I think the Ozarks are probably going to win out. Yeah, steak says for overcooked nasty beef. You're right. There we go. Breakfast burrito, mandarin orange. Porridge here and a big dollop of blackberry jelly. It sounds good. Yeah, leftover skillet breakfast. So that's good. Everybody had breakfast. Nasty overcooked beef. It's not overcooked, it's not nasty. And I'm a true omnivore. it moves or grows, I eat it. Manny turkey bacon. Spinach and cheese on it. I like a healthy breakfast there. Yeah, and I do too. I mean, I do get up at like 6:30. I'll have a glass of milk just to get some calories flowing. Otherwise, had a cup of coffee while I was listening to the guy on it, Prepper Nation. Turned on one of American news briefly, seeing what was going on overseas. Well, Miss Worm, what's your take on what's going on in Ukraine? It doesn't look good from this angle. Time for some cake and biscuits. That sounds good. The wife is had made some brownies. I ain't gonna lie. These eggs taste off. I don't think I'm gonna eat them. They have kind of a off flavor. I'll concentrate on the blueberries. There you go. So Randy, Rudy Alaskan Prepper did a video on curing his cast iron. And he was actually curing them in coconut oil. Yeah, like a low to medium heat. And I did that for a couple times, and then the cure held up really well. Of course, I don't wash my cast iron with soap. It's just hot water and a scrub brush. That worked out pretty well. Daniel's Putin went in to help the faction that he supports. It's one way of looking at it. I'm not looking good. Putin won't back down now. He won't. He's in a much stronger position than he was back in 2014. About 2 weeks ago, I called it. I know a lot of the other prepper channels didn't think it was going to happen, but I didn't see it any other way, to be honest with you. There's really nothing we can do about it, or should do about it. But the news will keep us entertained for a while. So, nice little healthy meal. And we'll pick up some more vegetables when I go to the store today. It's nice and sunny out. Cold, but it's nice and sunny. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do. I appreciate it. I have been rebranding some of my videos from the past, and what I'm doing is I'm putting different pictures on it. a lot of them have knives on it. And I was watching one of those helpful YouTube channels, and they said, when you look at your list, your screenshots and that, are they inviting and are they consistent, and do they cause you to be curious? And I found out, should we go to war with Russia? No, we shouldn't. Not here anyway. It's a lose-lose situation for both us and Russia. My opinion. It's like when people asked me 15 years ago, he said, well, you're a big, strong fighter, and that, why don't you go and, MMA? I said, did you see what the winner looks like after the fight? And like, what do you mean? I said, well, even the winner looks like you got the shit kicked out of him. Pardon the French. It's not French, but I mean, really. I said, it's a lose-lose. I says, I've got enough problems with my looks as it is. I don't have to help it out by fighting somebody my size and strength and us just beating the crap out of each other. And there's just not enough money in it for me. But that's the kind of thing I was here is whether it's China, whether it's Russia, whether it's us, it's just not a good idea for us to go head to head. And I hope we don't. Yeah. Randy, I agree. We need to take care of our own house. No, we're not. Once again, my opinion, but we're letting our house get really sloppy. And it's just a political game, and they those in power don't give a shit about us. Yeah, I agree. This one. I agree. But NATO tends, what has NATO actually ever really accomplished? Unless it's been the United States. I haven't really seen them do really anything of much good anywhere they've been stationed. And once again, my opinion, don't take it as gospel, do your own research. But the world's in a bad way right now, so this is why I'm trying to get people prepped on the fitness side. Because it doesn't do you much good. You've got all the preps. You got your water, food. That gets irritating. If you can't put forth the physical energy to grow a garden, or walk to the pond and get water, things like that. A lot of times it's about choices. Not all the time, but a lot of time it is. No, they won't take responsibility, and no one's pushing it. You don't even hear about it anymore. It's a taboo subject. But what we can do is get in fitness, and if you don't have a really good store of vitamins, I suggest you do that. So, next time, pick up a big multivitamin one, pick up a vitamin C, a D3, and zinc. And you might have, you might pick one to use and one to store. I have all this stuff downstairs stored because for a while, you couldn't get vitamin C or D or zinc on the shelves. And even I had to go to like Amazon to get zinc. So these are things that you might want to be thinking about. And that's even with medical stuff. It's really kind of funny, but once you are needed something, it's how quickly you go through it. I had a bunch of Mucinex, but fighting this for a couple of weeks, I went through it. I'm down. I'm using my Dayquil and Nyquil now as my backup. It worked out about right because some of these medications are expiring in a couple of months, so it's good I'm going through it. But I need to go top and back off. I mean, we're all seeing prices going up, so we need to get in better shape so we can sustain ourselves on less food at a higher level of fitness. I am really looking forward to warmer weather so I can get my garden going. Yoga, there we go. And those 1.5 kilogram dumbbells. That's it. It's all starts, little starts. All you got to do. I talked to the lady at the post office, and she was like, "Yeah, I got to get in better shape." And I gave her my card for the channel. She goes, the last couple of years said she gave up alcohol and she gave up caffeine. So it sounds like you've made, 2 good steps already. She goes, yeah, but she goes, I got a problem with sugar. She picked up, she had a fan of orange. I said, well, how many of those do you have a day? She goes, well, 1. I said, okay, we don't have a problem with that. She goes, no, but then I'll go home and I'll eat like 10 brownies. I said, well, yeah, that would be a problem. I told her the same thing, just, look at how much you're consuming now, and then maybe just take 20% off and start there. I said, but if you've given up caffeine, oh yeah, caffeine, cigarettes, and whiskey. Because if you're giving those up, you know how to give stuff up. It's the same process. I'm not. She was a big whiskey drinker, and I said, I got really sick on it when I was 16 with my brother-in-law, and that cured me of really wanting whiskey. She goes, yeah, I got sick of it probably 100 times, just kept doing it. I'm like, wow. But she already made these strides, so I encouraged her by telling her you've already been successful. You've already given up cigarettes. You've already given up hard liquor. You've already given up caffeine. So you can do this. You know how to do it. But, just do it slow and, slow and steady wins the race as it goes. So except for the eggs having an off taste, breakfast was really good. I will have to see what happens with these. See if it was just me. I don't think so. But if the wife don't like them, I'm going to toss them. Eggs don't cost much. Booze kills a lot of germs, yeah. It does. I had a shot of tequila last night at the restaurant to try to calm the cough down. It helped a little bit. So, I do my little intro here. Anybody that's new, John McBean, Scottish Fitness here. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Please like and share. Feel free to let my playlist run in the background. When you got nothing better to do at your computer, that helps. If there are videos that you'd like to see me make, send me an email at scottishfitness@gmail.com, and I'll make one for you. I'm about a week away from doing my t-shirts. Yay. And I already looked about shipping in the lower 48 states. I think shipping's not going to be any more than $7. So that's pretty reasonable. Unfortunately, getting it overseas, I think takes quite a bit more, but I'll go get a quote on that. But I get quotes for the lower 48. Coral brandy, sip the club. I do not do well with brandy. I have only tried brandy twice, and it was a bad experience both times. For whatever reason, my body does not like brandy. So I don't drink brandy. I'm mostly a couple beers, and I'm good. Or a couple shots of tequila, and I'm good. Yeah, well, I sit there and have a shot of whiskey or scotch every now and then, I will. I got my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, they like it, and so I'll have a shot with them when I go visit. But brandy, don't even buy it. There is no brandy in this house. There's just about everything else. Not that I drink it, but I have it there for barter or for company. But yeah, twice when I was younger, I just had two bad stints of brandy and no more. Gotta learn from your mistakes. Appears to be horrified. Made a good gargle. Well, as long as I'm spitting it back out, keeps it in the freezer. I used to keep vodka in the freezer. But I don't drink that often now either. My buddy did, though. He would drink it with Coke. And the next morning, he'd feel fine. I said, man, I can't believe you can do that. He goes, well, vodka is a pure alcohol. So it doesn't give you the hangovers that the other ones do. But yeah, I'm mostly just every now and then have a couple beers and I'm good to go. I do like Bailey's in my coffee. I actually had that this morning. Makes the coffee fun. It's fun to drink. I forgot how much I like green peppers. For probably about another 2 months, 3 months, March, April, May. Probably about another 3 months before I can actually put anything in the ground outside. But probably next month I'll start planting plants in trays that I can carry outside. Because I do have the deck closed off with vinyl panels. Yeah, it keeps it about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than it does with everything else. Randy, bye. Thanks for stopping by. You're out all day. Well, let's not let that happen. Take care of the husband. Well, if nobody's got any more questions, then I think I'm going to get ready for the gym. I will probably put out a video on some of my lifts there and get that posted later on today. Nothing heavy, but just get the blood moving and get everything pumped up and get ready for tomorrow. I'll probably hit it a little bit heavier. So everybody, thanks for stopping by. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, please do. All right. If you have any questions or you want to see something in a video and that, or want me to cover something else, let me know. And don't work out too hard and heavy. Yeah, I probably will. But I'll try to behave, see what happens. All right. So everybody have a blessed day. Take care. And I'll see you probably a lot of you guys will see on the other channels here probably by tomorrow. All righty. Bye-bye.